Alright, today I'm going to show you this beat I made, inspired by Cudi, Ghosts, Kanye West, and Cudi. And just to let y'all know, I do this for fun only, so if you guys want me to do some kind of different inspired beat, feel free to let me know, but don't expect me to do it because I really only do it just for fun when I feel like it. So yeah, let's get into it. So right here you can see just how much crap went into this beat. And this is all on iPhone too. So this beat starts off with a sample from 5 Revolutions called Respect Yourself. So that was majority of the song that we sampled, and this next one that I'm about to show is from the song, in the middle of the song, but we're going to be using it as the intro to the song.
I respect yourself. And it's not only that, baby. Watch it. And it's not only that, baby. Watch it.
Alright, so now at this part, I take the sample and put it into my app to where I can change the tempo, the pitch, and I can put it into a little beat pad so I can chop it up how I want it. To another sample that we used for a little interlude part or beat switch, whatever you want to call it. It's called You Fight Me by Breaking Benjamin. Now I personally do not know this song, but I heard it playing when I was making this beat and it sounded like it could fit, so I threw it into my app. All I did for this sample was just slowed it down. I didn't do any chopping, anything crazy. I just used this part, slowed it down. Right off the jump, since we slowed it down, obviously it's not going to be in the same key or same pitch as our sample, so we had to pitch it up 1 semitone to get it to fit right with everything, and this is what it sounds like. For this next section, after this little interlude spot, we have the same sample from before, 5 Revolutions, Respect Yourself, but it's pitched down 6 semitones, so half an octave, so it'll sound darker, but everything beyond this point will be in a different pitch. Right here, as you can see, I took this little chop from the beginning of this sample and reversed it, so it has its own little intro to it, and it sounds more lo-fi and chill. Then you can see in this little drop down menu that we pitched it down 600 cents or 6 semitones. And this is what it sounds like now. Right here on the second part of the loop, the beginning of each chop is not reversed, so it sounds more aggressive and goes with the kicks better. Now we're getting into the actual instruments that I played myself and layered on top of the samples. But this is not the end of the samples because I did a lot more sampling for the effects and extra depth in the song later on. But right now we're in section 2, which is the more musical part of it, to tie it all together. First we started off with a lead called the I-95 Spectre lead from GarageBand, and I tuned it to sound a little different, and here's the pattern that I created. And now we're moving on to the same exact keyboard preset, but it is a different pattern, and it is pitched 600 semitones down to match the second half of the beat. Our next pattern is played by the Industrial Design organ, and this one is also custom tuned how I wanted it. So if you go trying to replicate the sound, it's not going to be the same. And here's what these both sound like playing together. And on this second half with the keyboards and organs that I played, the first little loop right here will be normal pitch, normal whatever, and then the second half of it will be up an octave, so it'll be more higher pitched and add this more aggressive higher pitched sound that builds up tension in the beat itself and also lets me use the same pattern without it getting old. And then for the last time, we have this same pattern just put onto an ARP that I custom tuned as well. The last part of this instrument part that I played myself, I picked this lead and I used an automation to start it out quiet and make it get more loud. And then I layered the exact same thing underneath it, just pitched an octave down. So it'll sound deep and it'll just add this cool effect to the end of the beat. Here's what all of these leads and keyboards and organs sound like playing together at the same time. And that concludes the whole instrumental part of the beat. And now we're going on to the beat part of the beat, which is percussion. We got the kick, the snare, and then we have some other percussion that I added in and sampled from the original sample that we started with. So let's get into that. So the kick is actually sampled from a stock GarageBand beat. I liked how it sounded, so I just sliced out the kick and resampled it. And I actually sampled the snare as well from Blood on the Leaves by Kanye West.
We could have been somebody, said you had to tell somebody.
And then later on in the beat, layered onto the snare, is a effect from I Thought About Killing You.
Got too many bad traits, use the floor for ashtrays. I don't do shit.
And going back to Blood on the Leaves, I sampled a snare roll and turned it into a crash effect with tremolo that swirls around your headphones. So this is slowed slower than the one in the actual song, but it's also chopped up a lot more to sound faster but deeper pitched. There's a different version of these that I forgot to show, but they do go slower and rotate more around your ears. And here's what all of the percussion sounds like as a whole. And here you're going to see the effect that I sampled from I Thought About Killing You sound more like percussion instead of effect, because it's going to get pitched up in this section. Now we are moving on to the final section, which is just sound effects and other atmospheric elements. Most of these are sampled, so yeah, let's just get right into it. A lot more samples. I could have included this in with the percussion, but here is a crash that I sampled from the original sample, Respect Yourself. So this was sampled straight from GarageBand, and this is just like an impact sound. Not sure where I got this sound from, but I used it as a boomer to create more emphasis on the new sections. Then we went back and took a little piece of You Fight Me and layered it in the background. You don't really hear this unless you pay attention to it. And by now I bet you can guess what I'm about to say. Here we have another effect sampled from a Kanye song.
Yeah, that's just mine enough.
Then going back to You Fight Me once again, I pitched it up to match the second half of the beat and then reversed it, so it kind of sounds like a riser and also a layer. And I couldn't stop myself, we had to sample one more Kanye song, so this next thing I took an effect from Guilt Trip by Kanye West. And this last effect I took straight from GarageBand, and it's just to merge the two sections together. Here's what y'all been waiting for, the final beat, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching. And I really like to see videos like this of how famous artists made their beats. and what they sampled and what they did. And I'm not famous or an artist, so I had to do it myself. You gotta be your biggest supporter sometimes. I wanted to see a video like this, that's why I made it. But I do want to know if you guys like the videos, because I do have a lot more that I can break down and make similar videos, but I don't want to make videos per request, if that makes sense. So here's the beat, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
And it's not only that, baby. Watch it.